Silence. A distant thunder rumbles across the skies, and everything changes. Imagine traveling back in time, not just years, not even centuries, but millennia, before the pyramids, before Rome, even before Abraham, to a time when the world was still young, and yet human wickedness was already far too old. You know the story of Noah's Ark, right? A righteous man, a flood, a gigantic ark, and the salvation of a condemned world. But what if I told you that this story holds forbidden secrets, hidden for centuries? Details that were omitted, forgotten, or even silenced throughout history. Get ready to uncover what no one ever told you about Noah's Ark, because today, you'll see what's been concealed since the dawn of time. It all begins with a command. A voice from the Creator. Noah, build an ark, for a great flood is coming upon the earth. But why an ark? Why this specific design? And how could Noah, a simple man, have built something so colossal without modern tools, cranes, engines, or steel nails? Scholars throughout history have asked, how did Noah know the exact dimensions, structure, and materials? Go for wood, 3 levels, compartments, perfect nautical proportions for stability at sea. Experts point out that the ark's dimensions match those of modern cargo ships. Coincidence, or knowledge from beyond human understanding? The Bible says the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat, but to this day, no definitive proof has ever been found. Still, something strange lingers here. Since the last century, satellite images, military reports, and scientific expeditions have identified an anomalous structure in the mountains of Turkey. The so-called Ararat object matches the very size described in Genesis and is surrounded by petrified rock, which many believe to be fossilized ark wood. The Turkish government has prohibited deep excavations at the site. Why? What are they hiding? Could the ark be too real to reveal to the world, or does it hold a secret that could shake the foundations of faith and science alike? 2 of every species. You've heard that before. But think with me, how many species exist on Earth? Thousands? Millions? How could all of that fit into a single vessel? Some believe Noah only took the main kinds, which later diversified. Others say God intervened, slowing the animals' metabolism and putting them in a state similar to hibernation. But there's an even bolder theory. What if the ark itself was a living organism, sustained by divine energy, capable of keeping everything under control? A perfect environment, self-regulating, almost like a floating Eden. And what if the ark wasn't just made of wood, but of an ancient material, completely unknown today? Ancient writings speak of a substance called etsum, translated as living wood, a type of biomaterial that responded to God's voice and shaped itself according to His command. Some ancient rabbis believed the ark had spiritual properties that repelled evil, that during the flood, corrupted creatures tried to reach it and were consumed by the light emanating from within. Here lies one of the most hidden secrets. What Noah was really carrying inside the ark wasn't just animals, but the genetic code of creation itself. Non-canonical books like the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees suggest that fallen angels had corrupted both human and animal DNA. The earth was infested with hybrid creatures, monsters, abominations. The flood wasn't just about cleansing sin, it was a total reset of creation, and the ark was the sacred backup of humanity. Noah was, therefore, the guardian of the pure code of creation, not only of species, but of promises, of divine plans written not just on stone tablets, but in cells, genes, and breath. Do you know the Watchers? According to the Book of Enoch, they were angels who descended to earth and took human women, giving birth to the Nephilim, giants, hybrid beings, destroyers. These creatures dominated the world. They corrupted nature, DNA, morality, and divine order. The world was irreversibly contaminated. Then God said, "My spirit will not strive with man forever." That's when the flood came, not just as punishment, but as purification. And the ark, in this context, was the last capsule of purity on earth. Let's go even deeper. What if I told you Noah's ark wasn't just a physical vessel, but also a spiritual and prophetic symbol? Just as the ark saved Noah, Christ is called our refuge in the end times. Just as the ark had only one door, Jesus is the door of salvation. And just as the ark floated above judgment, a final judgment is coming upon the world again. The ark represented past, present, and future, a sacred code, a prophecy in wood, and perhaps behind the floodwaters the true secret, the love of a God who chose to begin again. The ark's measurements are 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. These numbers weren't random. 300 represents deliverance, like Gideon's 300 soldiers. 50 represents Pentecost, the promise. 30 represents maturity, the age at which Jesus began his ministry. Each number holds prophetic meaning, each measurement a message. Could the ark be a coded message from God across the ages? The Bible says something chilling, "And the Lord shut the door." Genesis 7:16. It wasn't Noah who closed it, it was God. And that changes everything. Because when God shuts a door, no one can open it, and what remained outside was lost forever. This detail reminds us that there is a time to enter, and a time when it will be too late. The ark is closed, but salvation is still open. For how much longer? What we learn today isn't just about the past, it's about the present and the future. The story of Noah's Ark is not a children's tale. It's a warning, a living prophecy. The forbidden secrets of Noah's Ark reveal that something far greater is at play, and you are standing before the door. It is still open. But for how long? If this story moved you in any way, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. That helps us keep bringing content that touches faith, mind, and heart. And hey, there are more videos here on the channel, including one that's showing up on your screen right now. Click it and keep this journey going with us. Until next time, and may God bless you powerfully.